It's time for the Gettin Outdoors podcast, Town Country United Bank Lake Millers Ferry Weekend Hunting and Fishing Report. A weekly update on water conditions, ramp events, generating schedules, horse biting, and seasonal hunting information with my outdoor media analysts Joe Allen Dunn and Kevin Sims. This weekly hunting and fishing report is brought to you by the good folks at Town Country United Bank in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for over 40 years. Town Country United Bank's highest priority is satisfied customers. Now, here's your weekend Lake Millers Ferry hunting and fishing report.
There he is. Team Bigfoot, baby. Another one on the B&B Silver Shade. Team Bigfoot in the house.
And Team Bigfoot is in the house. Good afternoon, everybody. We are live from the Lawler Timber Company, Grampian Hills Outdoor Media Center. This is the Getting Outdoors Podcast 179, Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report. Me and Joe Allen Dunn are in the house. And we got a special guest holding on the phone. Kevin's not going to be here today. He had to carry Brody to start college off today, so he will be there. But let's go ahead and get the meat and potatoes of the show. And I know none of y'all want to hear me sing, so I brought in some professionals to sing the theme song for our special guest. Hold on.
Come and listen to our story about a man named Ed. He holler up a gobbler and he bust him in the head. That turkey started flopping and he keeled over dead. That's nice, we sure are glad that we get to hunt with Ed. Eddie Salter, king of the 10-inch beard.
That's my favorite song. Good morning, good afternoon, Eddie Salter. How you doing, my friend?
Man, I mean, what an intro right there. I tell you what. I still had both of them old boys around. I know we got one of them, but I wish they were around because they were good entertainment, man. I tell you what, that was something else right there.
They sure were. I tell you what, that was my favorite. You still got some of them CDs, ain't you, Joe Allen, at the store?
Yeah, that I sold more of them TK and Mike videos than anything. I started off with the videos, then sold DVDs, but that was one of the top sellers was turkey hunting by them with Eddie in there. That really sold a lot of them.
All right, Eddie, we're going to start out. I know we got a lot to talk about with you today, especially this weekend. You got a big weekend. Well, 2 weekends in a row. But let's talk about your turkey season, your 2022 turkey season. I don't think I've talked to you since the season's been over with. So how was it? How was it in Alabama for you this year?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I still, it was, it started out okay, but, I went through a period right there, and right before I went to Kansas, and I hunted 4 mornings, and that was, I don't know, April 9th, 10th, or somewhere 8th right there. And I went 4 mornings in a row and had turkeys on my camera, my trail camera, and I ain't heard a turkey gobble. So, you might say, well, there ain't no turkeys out there, but when you got them on the camera, and I don't know what's up with these old turkeys in Alabama. I don't know if they were still henned up or what, but I went on into Kansas, and I really didn't get back to hunt Alabama anymore. After that, I got off and I went to Kentucky, and I went to Ohio, and but overall, I guess it was okay. I'm really excited. I tell you what, I'm really excited about our hatch this year.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say it's been a good hatch this year.
I really think we've had our best hatch that we've had in a long time. We were actually, which was odd, we were seeing little turkeys the first week in April that already had been, actually hatched out, and of course, the biologist says our turkeys don't breed till about the 28th of March, but I don't know how they got started way back there, because it takes 28 days to hatch them. So, I don't know what was up with that. But anyhow, we had turkeys hatch out then. I saw them myself. And then we had some turkeys hatch out 2 or 3 weeks later, which is a different bunch. And then we've had some hatch out 5 or 6 weeks ago. I mean, we've had another hatch out of turkeys here and there. So, yeah, man, that's awesome. I'm just glad to see that, and that's just on my little 1,200 acres. And what we got a couple 300 acres behind the house here that we've been, them trail cameras. You learn a lot about what you got going with them. So, but anyhow, I'm excited about that. What about Joe Allen? He been catching them catfish.
Oh well. I shifted more to crappie. I've let these young boys fool all the catfish now.
Now, let me tell you the truth. He got embarrassed at the last 2 jugging contests. He didn't. Yeah. Well, he did weigh 1 2.3 pound fish in, and he's been catching hell about that.
Well, they were good students. Some students of mine have really learned good, and they have done real good. But Eddie, back on the turkeys. Some friends of mine that had the same thing, did good at the beginning, then had a lull in the middle. But at the end of the season, they said they went real strong again. So I think the state is kind of finally hit on some dates, lead the season just like they got it this time.
I think they got it right.
They got it really good, because even after season went out, I went to one of my clear cuts looking at my squash I had planted, and I had some still gobbling in. I was on after season, but Shannon and them did real good late. It finished up strong.
Hey,
well, Eddie, that's great.
Stephen Tidmore said to tell you old Tidmore said hello.
Well, that's great. I ain't seen him. I ain't been around. I ain't seen him in a while. That's good to hear from him. I hope he's doing good.
Well, let me tell you, you can see Eddie Salter this weekend. Let's talk about the 39th annual World Deer Expo. It is the biggest consumer show in the world, and I don't know how many hundreds of booths will be up there. It might be 1,000 up there, Eddie. Me and you used to do them back in the 80s. You've been doing them a long time. Let's talk about what you're going to do. You're going to be up there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right?
I will. I'll be downstairs. I'll be in I got, I think, a 10 by 30 booth down there, and I got old Mark Brenner. He'll have some of his old deer stuff in there. And, will he have them
leafy suits? Will he have them leafy suits?
Our buddy will. He'll have it. We won't have them, but they'll be right there. But we still tied up with them. And but they'll have a booth, and we'll be, we'll just be. The main thing is, I just love talking to different people. I ain't seen them in a year a lot of times, but it's kind of give me a chance to catch up with them. And, I love to talk turkey. And so, I actually probably, that show's been going on 39 years. And, I missed a year or two here and there, but I bet you I've been there, 35 or so of them 39 years right there.
Ain't no doubt about it.
It's been a good show for me. I don't know. We might do some seminars, but right now I don't think I got any seminars scheduled. It's just the seminar stuff just don't draw a crowd like it used to. And I see and talking about as many people staying at the booth.
Yeah.
And I enjoy doing that, taking pictures and and finding out what they got going on. And I really I'm working on some new stuff, but I won't have I really won't have it ready to go till the spring of the year. And I'm working on matter of fact, I worked on it some today. I'm working on a smaller version of that long aluminum box. The guys
you remember you debuted that box on the Gettin Outdoors radio show with Ashley Mason that morning. I got a video of it.
I about got it like I want right now. I changed up some stuff, but I got it screaming right now. So I think we'll be ready to go with it. And yeah, I did. I remember talking about that because I've been actually working on it because so many people, they don't like that long box. They like the sound of it. They said they just don't like toting that big old box around, and I don't blame them. It is aggravating. But anyhow, we'll be getting all our stuff ready for the spring of the year, and of course we'll have a lot of our stuff up there. People can come by and play with it. I got one new pot call. It's pretty interesting that I went to. It's for Alabama fans. Me and Dr. Kane, he works with Andrew.
Yeah, he's the one operated on you, wasn't he?
That's right. Me and him become pretty good buddies. He's done both of my shoulders for me. And here in the last year and a little over a year and a half. But anyhow, Mark manages his property up. He's got some property up there close to Mark's house up there around, around Bass Pro up there, Leeds, all up in that area. And but Mark manages it, and he found it on Cahaba River. It was a big old walnut tree, probably 36 inches, that was growing right. It was actually some of the roots, I think, was in the Cahaba River, and that rascal broke. And Mark asked me, "So would you like to have that tree right there?" Because Dr. Kane, if we can get it out of the river. But anyhow, we got it out of the river and we got it cut up, and man, that is some beautiful wood. And I actually got some pot calls made out of it. Now I'm gonna have some of them. That's gonna be a brand new product for me. It's gonna have a Alabama logo in it. It's gonna have Dr. Kane's signature on it, and it's gonna have mine. And then we're gonna have a letter, stating where that authenticity of where that where that wood come from off of Dr. Kane's property, and we're gonna number them. So it's gonna be a pretty.
Well, put my name on one of them. Put my name. I want one of them.
Well, it's a beautiful call. Gonna sound good.
You hear that? Hey, Mark's on here. Mark, you hear that? You put my name on one of them calls. Now, don't sell them out before I get mine. Whatever, right. I don't care what they cost. Whatever you charge.
All right. Well, we'll fix you up. But Mark, actually, him and one of his good buddies actually cut it out of there, and they got this tractor and ended up cutting it in sections, and the guy that milled it, which we milled it, my brother-in-law milled it over. He's got one of them little band saws like that run. Didn't y'all run one of them band saws? Yeah, I ran one from 1995 to 2015. That's what I thought. Anyhow, he cut it up for me, and he said, "Man, the grains on it are so tight," and and that's what they said. It looked like a northern walnut because it. It grows so slow. Ain't no telling how old it is. But anyhow, that's going to be pretty neat there. And we're not gonna build, but we'll probably build 250 this year, and then
Well, hey, we done sold 3 already on him tonight. So Will Russian and Stephen Tidmore said they want one, and I want one. So you done sold 3 already.
Yeah, it'll have, like I said, it'll have Dr. Kane's signature on it, and it'll be dated and numbered, so it'll be a pretty special call right there. I promise. It'll be a good one.
Are you going to do them just in slate, or are you going to do any of them in glass?
Actually, these here are glass, and that way you can see the Alabama emblem. And I said slate or what, but it's going to be in glass. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it because you can't really, well, you could actually, you could take it, and turn it over and put the Alabama emblem on the back. But it's beautiful. It's got that true Alabama logo in there. It's going to look good. Actually, we had to buy that from the college.
Yeah. You had to have the copyright on it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had to get that. So I'm excited about that. And, actually but now I'm not going to sell these. I'm going to probably just keep them and give to my family because I got saving to sign 25 of them for me. But, and I'm going to probably auction some of them off. I might give you one to do something on your radio one day.
You won't give me one. I'm going to pay you for it. I guarantee.
I ain't going to, saving. I told him I wasn't selling them calls. It was just going to be some special calls.
Yeah.
And
okay.
We'll do it. I mean, I'll get you fixed up, and if you got Saban and my name on it and Kane on it, you got 2 guys on there pretty good.
I'd say all 3 of them pretty good, wouldn't you, Joel?
Yeah, you ought to. The NWTF ought to want those, auction them off. Ain't tell them what they get for them.
Yeah, well, I'm excited about that anyhow, and I was sitting there, figuring out what we were wanting to talk about. You got to love this time of the year. I got out this morning and was going to get up early and go pick me a mess of peas, and I drug around, and I didn't do it. So I went out there and worked on turkey calls about 11:30, and it kind of clouded up, and the wind got to blowing. And I said, man, this is a good time. And Julie had to go do some stuff, so I went and picked me a mess of peas and cut me some okra, and I come back in here and I shelled them rascals and put them on. I put them on the boiling and cooking and cut that okra up, and man, I fried that stuff up. Man, I love vegetables, just fresh vegetables.
Yeah.
And just got through eating some more of them while ago. Went outside and threw some old chicken on the grill and got some chicken to go with it tonight. So man, but this time of the year, you get the chance to spend time with your family. You cook out, you eat all them old good vegetables, and of course, you're looking forward to, you got dove season.
Yeah.
Man, it's coming up 3 weeks?
Yeah, less than a month. Mm-hmm.
And so we'll get got football season that's going to be kicking off. We've been talking about saving and that. So, man, it's, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, this is my time of the year, too. Eddie, old Wayne Edgeworth's on here. He said he'll see you tomorrow. He's going to have the old gollywop up there at the Deer Expo. He said he'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Well, I won't be there tomorrow, but I'll see him. Yeah, I'll be there.
That's right. Tomorrow's Thursday. He meant Friday, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see him up there Friday. Look forward to it, to be honest with you. And we'll get up here early Friday morning and ease on up there and get it set up. I got Mark and my son-in-law. They'll help me with it. And man, I want to invite people to come by and talk to me and catch me up on what they've been got going on. And I was talking about fishing, that I come through. I had took Julie down to the Mayo Clinic about 5 weeks ago, and come back by, and we went into Walmart in the Funiac Spring, and I actually had an Alabama shirt on, and that guy said, Alabama. He said, do you know anything about Millers Ferry? I said, just a little bit. I've been there once or twice, and he said, boy, that's my favorite fishing place. He said, I love to go catch them catfish. And he said, it won't be long. I'll go up there. And I said, you catch them? He said, yeah, a lot of times I'll load the boat with. I said, what do you fish with? What do you know, I'm just here. And he said, I go back here and he's some kind of soap that he buys at Walmart, and he cuts him off a little piece of soap and puts on his trot line. He said he catches the devil out of fish. Do y'all know what he's talking about?
Ivory soap.
Yeah.
Probably ivory soap.
Running them soap lines in the summertime. That's a big thing there.
Yeah, well, he said, you know, and I've heard people talk about it, but I ain't paid that much attention to it. But I don't think it was ivory soap. It was some other kind that he saw.
Might have been some of that. I remember used to be an old man down here in Millers used to run those soap lines. He would cut ivory soap up in little bitty cubes, like a sugar cube, and put on them trot line.
No.
Well, that's what he was talking about. But it wasn't ivory, but it was some other kind. But it's probably real close to it right there. But I thought that was pretty neat. You know, that was, you know, him being from Florida, and he said he fished all over the place. But he done good right there, you know, in Millers Ferry with that soap line. So, you know, them old catfish, man, they'll bite anything. Huh?
They will.
Now, Eddie, we might be having a thing coming up this February.
A jugging contest.
Where you could come up here and do two things you enjoy. Talk turkey and sell turkey calls and eat catfish fried by me and Big Daddy that evening.
Now, I ain't going to cook them. You and Travis.
Yeah, we'll cook them. We're going to have to talk about that later, though. We're going to have something going on.
Okay. Well, that sounds good right there. Y'all going to do it on a Saturday or something like that?
Yeah,
it'll be a Saturday.
If they don't get me locked into all them shows, you know, a lot of times they'll talk me into going to them shows or whatever.
Well, you got that's what you do for a living. You got to do that, man.
Yeah, I can't hardly turn them shows down, but anyhow, you know, it's hard to turn them catfish down too, you know. So I enjoy that. I enjoy it, you know, just getting around them Camden people up there. I got a lot of good friends up there, and you know, I talked to old Billy the other day. I hadn't talked to him in a long time. I mean, this was back in the spring of the year.
Yeah, he's probably watching right now.
Well, that's good. You know, I actually, to be honest with you, I went, a guy I had kind of made a deal with and went to sell morning and heard some turkeys gobble, and actually come by one of Billy's fields and seen some turkeys out there, and I turned around and come back and throwed my yipper in my mouth and yipped to them, and 4 of them gobbled at one time. And then I turned back around and I met Billy and his son, one of his sons. I don't know which one. And was coming up the road right there. They were going to go to feed the cows, and I said, "Look here, boy." I said, "You better be glad I've kind of done changed my ways now. I might would have dug old single barrel out 20 years ago and got turkeys, but I don't fool with them out of season anymore." And I said, "But I just seen 4 of your old big gobblers right down there, and they all gobbled at me." And I said, "Man, you got a good start right there."
Well, I tell you what, Eddie, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I know you're going to have a big show this weekend, see all your fans. I know they're looking forward. You are kind of the headline of the show this weekend, you and the Turtle Man. I don't know anybody else that's going to be there but y'all. And you're also going to be next weekend in Montgomery at the old Buckmasters Expo up there in Montgomery, right?
I will be, and hey, I look forward to these shows right there. And you were talking about me knowing the Turtle Man a little earlier, right there. And Julie, this was years ago when he was up there, and we watched him. I don't know, he ain't seemed like been on TV.
His show went off the air a couple of years ago, and his old sidekick Neil and Squirrel, all them passed away, so. He's by himself now. Him and his wife Suzanne, they got a YouTube channel, chasing Bigfoots. What they doing up there in the mountains in Tennessee and Kentucky.
Okay, well that's pretty interesting out there. But anyhow, he come around there and Julie had a fit on him. He actually, he ain't big as a gnat anyhow. He jumped. He was holding him, and he got a picture with Julie holding him. So. That was years ago, but anyhow, I'll get Julie here. Something like me getting a picture with old Turtle Man. I'll get Julie to get one too, and we'll get it where you can get old Julie smiling with Turkey Man, because she likes old Turkey Man, and course, she likes
You
Atlanta
mean
Braves.
Turtle Man? Turtle Man. She likes Turkey Man too, but it's Turtle Man.
Yeah.
I hope we doing that. She also Atlanta Braves too.
Yeah.
Yep. And well, all right. This coming year, me and Julie, we got an exciting anniversary coming up. We'll be married 50 years. Big Daddy.
Wow. What's the date? What's the date?
It's December the 9th.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna remember that.
At a time and on that, and she's kind of been very special to woman to be able to put up with old Turkey Man that long.
I guarantee you, she's a jewel now, no doubt about it.
Well, all right. Well, look, I'll look forward to. Are you planning on going to any of them shows?
I'm not gonna make it, Eddie. I done been there and done that. I am. I'm through with them shows.
Well, Joe Allen, good to talk to you today too, buddy. I look forward to getting up there and eating some of them fish. And how was turkey sales this year?
It was real good. Like I said, with the way they had season set up and with the turkeys fired up again at the end, it just made that last push real good for us at the store.
Well, that sounds good, then. Well, that's good, then. Well, I'm glad that everybody had a good year this year, and but anyhow, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at these shows, and y'all please come out, and God bless, and y'all for having me on the radio. And,
hey, Eddie, before you go, Will Russian wants to know if you had your barber chair up there this weekend. He said he needs a haircut.
Well, I got it down here at my house, but I thought about doing that one of these days, just going up there and
I think that's a great idea. You'd have everybody sitting around waiting on that turn, and y'all talking turkey and getting a haircut.
And let Misty film it. That'd be a TV show right there.
I'd get my haircut. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna come to your house one day and just get a haircut.
Well, you come on out there. I'd love to have you here, and you can see all what I got going on down here, and which ain't a very big deal, But man, I would love to have you down here. And one of these days, I'm liable to do that. Just go up there and maybe get me some T-shirts up and says the Turkey Man cut my hair.
Yeah, there you go.
And all right, boys. Well, look.
Well, thank you, Eddie. Thank you for always taking time to talk to us. Every time I've never called you and you didn't come on the air with me, and I do appreciate that.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all talking about letting everybody know about what's going on with the people that's in this hunting industry. And some of the stuff is, real interesting that, that they might not have an opportunity to know about it unless you had, let them hear it on there or let them look at it on the YouTube stuff. And but thank you for having me, and God bless.
All right, see you. Oh, Eddie, now ain't no better than that, Joe Allen. Ain't no better than that. And I see Bubba Bucket Ventures is on here with us. Are y'all gonna be at the deer show? I think I saw somewhere where y'all gonna be at the deer show. We appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Got a good crowd tonight. Eddie Salter, man, he's a jewel.
He is. What do you say? He's genuine.
Genuine. He is a genuine.
And what got me at any of those shows, anything I've been to, he'll draw a crowd, but he will take time out for
That's
kids.
Right. And it's nothing
pull
phony.
Them kids over the side and show them exactly what he does. That's the thing. He always takes up time with kids.
He does, and I tell you, the children is what he takes the most. And it ain't nothing phony about it. It's genuine.
No,
you said
genuine.
The word is genuine, and I have never called him. I never asked him to come on my show that he didn't make time to come on, and I do appreciate that. And we're going to have Wayne Edgeworth will be on this Friday morning show talking about the Gollywhopper and the Gollywhopper ministry. And then next Wednesday night, we're going to have the old Buckmaster himself, Jackie Bushman, will be with us next Wednesday night talking about the Buckmasters Expo, which the Turkey Man will be there next weekend also. So thank you, Eddie Salter. We got a lot to go over with Joe Allen, Millers Ferry and Jones Bluff. I don't know the schedule. The phones are messed up. down there been messed up a week. Look it up on your
I
phone.
can tell you real quick. I looked at it today.
The water temperatures are 88 in the river and 87 in the sloughs. They're cooling off just a little bit. Gator season starts this weekend. If you're coming gator hunting in the West Central Alabama zone, remember to practice safety, safety, safety. And the weigh-in will be at the Roland Cooper State Park. I will have all the information that I receive on my Facebook page. So if you want to keep up with it, the Getting Outdoors will be the Facebook page. What does it say?
Well, they stick to a pretty much standard this time of year through the week, and they from midnight till 4, they got 2 units running, and then from 1 o'clock till 8 o'clock they got 3. Then it dropped back down 2 from 10 to 12.
Okay.
But I've noticed, I've been watching it every day, and it's been the same thing. But come Saturday and Sunday, they off all day long.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I like it. I love it.
We got a Bridgeport Fruit Jar Tournament tomorrow evening, which is Thursday. Bridgeport Summer Team Trail will be at Bridgeport City Landing Saturday. Pride of the South Elites will be at the Demopolis City Landing Saturday. And, of course, the World Deer Expo will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And on the 12th and 13th in Frisco City, the Monroe County Rodeo will be blasting off. I don't know if Brody's going to ride in that rodeo or not. Kevin's not here, but
well, he's back in school now.
He's back in school, so I don't know about that. But that's all the events we got on. I did mention the gator hunt coming up. And I do want to remind everybody it is a taxidermist in Lowndes County, Lily Haygood. She is one of the best, if not the best, alligator taxidermist I've ever seen. And she will be taking gators. I don't know of any meat processor that will be taking gators in the West Central zone. But if you want to have it mounted or skint, the head mounted or whatever, Lily Haygood, and I will have all her information. You just contact me, or you can look her up on Facebook, Lily Haygood Taxidermist. I do want to mention this, Joe Allen. I talked with the executive director of the Coosa, Alabama River Improvement Association, and she told me, her name is Blake Harwitz. She told me, we had a long conversation last week, and I told her about the people that were complaining about them digging out the sloughs and putting it on the bank. Mm-hmm. All right, here's what they're doing. They wasn't supposed to dig out but 10 foot, but they're digging out 30 feet wide. Mm-hmm. And that is pretty darn wide for a little old boat. But what she said is that they have not got it nailed down yet, but this is a scheduled maintenance plan. In other words, they're going to bring that boat up every 3 years or as it's needed. That's what's in the deal that they're cutting with the Corps of Engineers. So all of y'all that are worried about it silting back in, this is going to be a scheduled maintenance event. So it's going to happen once every 3 years, once every 5 years, whenever. It ain't going to never go as long as it did again. That's what she told me. So that's good news. And when they get through with this, they are coming up with the big dredge boat in the middle of the river, and they're dredging at 9 feet all the way from the from where it meets the Tom Bigby River all the way to Montgomery. So that's coming. So and now the next thing she's doing is she is working hard on getting navigation buoys replaced in the river. So let me tell you, if you're not a member of the Coosa, Alabama River Improvement Association, I urge you to go join it today, because those folks are working for us. And now we're seeing the fruits of our labor. Y'all did the hollering, screaming, the cussing, and the fussing. They heard you, and they're doing something. So the least we can do is join that organization, Coosa, Alabama River Improvement Association. And they'll be up here for long. I talked to Jason Ledbetter the other day. And oh, by the way, the dock at Ellis's, I rode down there Saturday and it's gone. It just disappeared overnight. but the contractors pulled it up. It's a metal pier, and they had taken it and restructured it. Said they had some soft places in it, but they're going to put it back. Jason said probably next week. So the Corps of Engineers have tightened up a little bit. They really have. Now, I don't know the spraying issue. That's a whole nother thing. So we'll see.
We'll have to deal with it.
But anyway, that's my news. But I did want to let everybody know. I know it's a lot of you think that they're just what they're doing with the dredging and putting it on the bank is just temporary, and it might be, but it is going to be on a regular schedule. She didn't say as needed, but I'd say it'd probably be once every 3 years or once when it gets silted back in. Nobody knows how long that'll be.
Right.
And I did ask her about Bell's Landing. And I don't think they're going to be able to get up into Bell's Landing. That's going to take another whole thing. I don't think they can get that barge is 30 feet wide, and I don't think they're going to be able to get it up in there. But they're going to try. They're going to open up some of it. All right. The stump, it is a new stump. It is a new stump floating. I think it's floating in the river. So y'all be careful, especially you alligator hunters coming.
I know where it's at.
Where?
In front of my house.
Yeah, they said it was just easing down the river.
Yeah, because I looked out there, and I first when I saw it, it looked like a fish or something. And I said, what in the world? I got my binoculars, got to look at what it was. It was going up and down and creating waves. And that's why it looked like a fish was up by it. But it's in front of my house right now.
All right, let's do the fishing report right quick. We're running a little late, but the catfish, I don't know who Deep South is down in Claiborne, but they've been tying up some catfish down there in Claiborne. And the old dirty hooker, half of the dirty hooker, he tore them up, buddy.
Now he did all his, I call that cheap fishing below the dam. Because anybody, when they're pulling water below the dam, that's a gimme, you know.
Now, Joe Allen, and I got some tricks. So I heard and you told me that it was an assassination attempt on your life Saturday night, Sunday night. What was that?
After I went back and looked at everything, you know, everybody knows I've had a stroke. My health isn't real good. So in this kind of heat, if somebody deliberately cut your AC off,
they didn't cut it off, I don't think.
They moved it up to 90.
Yeah, they just moved it.
That's cutting it off. And when I was in there sleeping, I tried to flip, and I said, this ain't right. And I went back and looked at it. I said, And you know, we had mentioned that night that I'm in the process of getting the catfish tournaments going again.
The jugging tournament.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I said, they tried to rub me out, get me out of the way.
But now, what I don't think that's what it was, because one of the parties involved wasn't on no catfish team.
No, but he's already under allegations for doing put me in jeopardy already in Clark County. They already he's under investigation there. So he was going to help get me out of the way, and it wouldn't be no case against him then. So, they worked together on that now.
Well, I'm glad you made it. You see the Mississippi state record trot line blue cat, 104 pounds.
Yeah, I did.
Broke the record of 101 pounds in 1997, and the reeling rod record is 131 pounds. All right, folks coming catfishing right quick. What can they do this weekend, Joel?
Like I said, long line, and if they pulling water, they ain't pulling no water. I'd get in the slough, 6-foot lines, and done learned my lesson. I'm building some now. Fishing the flats with anywhere from 10 to 15, 20 foot of water, a flat now with that usually has current coming through. Has current
and stumps.
That's right. And if it doesn't, when they cut it off, the bite is better in there. And then if they go to pulling water, get back in the river, because I'm gonna tell you that's where the big ones are. They're in the river when they pull in water. The catfish tournament the other night proved that.
Yes, yeah.
And that's what I do with catfish. the bait, I had found out that I found a lot of bait in those flats when they do pull water. Now, me and Jabbo that day before the tournament, we got in a flat. It wasn't 6 foot deep through that flat, but they were pulling water, and there was tons of bait in there.
Mm-hmm.
And we caught a lot of shad. Some of them were small, but there was a lot of them.
Big Bama Bryant, Taylor, and Doug go million. They caught some the other night. It was slow, but they caught, I know, one big blue. All right, crappie fishing. Shane Jones went to Demopolis. He said it was hard fishing. He ended up with some. You caught some. How did you catch them? Coming to Millers Ferry this weekend. How'd you catch them?
I tell you what, I fished my tops in 8 and 10 foot of water. Picked up some small ones. Picked up a few 10-inch fish finally, but I found a couple of boat dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, boat dogs this
boat
time
dogs and 90-degree water go together.
They definitely go together.
And sun, hot sun.
You want to top over it, covered, and one you can get under. But I found one in particular that was sitting in 15 foot of water, and got to throw it up in it, and I caught about 12 to 15 fish out of one boat dog.
Were you slip caulking?
Yes. It was, like I said, it was that deep, and I had it set at about 6 to 8 feet, and I'd flip it up in there and pull it out, get it right. Wham, they'd hit it. And I caught a lot of little fish doing that too, a lot of little fish. And it was so good because it was hot Sunday. But luckily, that boat dock stuck out enough where I was sitting in the shade fishing. I said, it don't get no better than this right here.
That's your secret on Millers Ferry. Y'all hit them boat docks this weekend if you're going crappie fishing with live minnows. I'm telling you, that's the jigs. And I ain't been, but ain't nobody catching anything except on live minnows.
I'm going to tell everybody, I feel it in the air right now. Yeah. It's done turn that curve. But it's going to be about 3 weeks till we feel it, and the fish are gradually going to go back.
Keep up with us every Wednesday night, and we'll tell you when that happens.
Exactly.
All right, bass fishing. I want to shout out to the 2022 high school BASS championship they're having at Lake Harwell, South Carolina. They're representing the high school teams. Listen to this, Joe Allen. They're representing 39 states. 630 anglers, and that each pair of those anglers has a coach in the boat with them. 315 high school teams, one trophy, and it's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and those kids are fired up. I can tell you that. And I want to wish all of them good luck.
Is it now? Who's putting it on? Though?
It's BASS. Yeah. It's Bassmaster. It's the big boy. It's the big one.
Well, they smart. Because they know that's their future, right?
They had the junior championship last weekend. Laura was up there in Tennessee. That was the 16 and under.
But that is where our industry has to go.
That's right. You're exactly right.
We got to have recruitment. We got to get them away from video games. We got to get them in the field. If it's bass fishing, it's hunting, whatever. If we don't get no more recruitment, it's going to go down if we don't watch it.
All right, if they come in to fish in Maddie's tournament on Millers Ferry Saturday, the Bridgeport Summer Team Trail, the final of her tournaments, or if they're fishing in Demopolis at the Pride of the South, what they got to do, Joe Allen, to win it?
Well, I like grass early, fishing top water and stuff like that. Then if they don't pull no water, it's a struggle, you got to hunt stuff with shade, fish I found out those laydowns in those flats. Like I told you a few weeks ago, that I found logs that was laying way down, and we was catching all them crappie up there, hiding up under it. There was bass up on there too.
Yeah,
we caught some. Me and Donna did, and I caught one actually Saturday fishing in under that boat dock, about 2.5 pounds.
Yeah.
So if it's a high sunny day, they gonna hunt shade up on there. If it's not, it's just gonna be tough. Put it that way.
But it's always somebody gonna catch it.
Oh yeah, somebody's gonna figure it out.
All right, pond fishing. I got a word from the Beatrice Public Lake. They are not open except on Saturday and Sundays for the rest of the season. So heads up, if you want to go during the week, you need to go to the Dallas County Lake or the Washington County Lake or the Bibb County Lake. Monroe County Lake will just be open on the weekends. I don't know of any pay dove hunts. I'm getting calls every day from people looking for pay dove hunts. If somebody wants to make a little money, you need to have your dove field and have a pay gun hunt, because everybody's looking for a place to hunt.
What we got to do, we got to address this issue with the state and federal government. From everybody, they're getting persecuted.
Yes,
Persecuted.
I agree.
And it's got a lot of the guys scared to do it, and we're losing all these hunting opportunities. We got to work out some kind of equal,
We
somewhere
need to
in the
get the
medium.
federal government to give the state control over the mourning dove,
Yeah.
and let the state set the seasons and the rules and regulations, and legalize hunting doves over bait.
Well, you can't say there's going to be $1,000 of fines
Yeah,
on people for just trying to hunt a little old bird. I know
a bird that ain't gonna live.
I know we got to do right. We got to be some kind of legal in there, but we can't persecute people wanting to hunt a dove. And I know some friends of mine in Clark County that have been persecuted.
Yes,
just because they want to hunt doves.
I agree. I agree. I agree with that. But anyway, that if you have a good dove field and want to make some money, I know it's some liability issues probably.
It's too much.
But you got to. We need more places to dove hunt. We just darn sure do.
Well, the state ought to get involved and make more.
Well, they do, but you got to get drawn.
Yeah, I understand.
And they have some great opportunities up at the Cahaba Wildlife Management area. But hell, that's 100 miles from us. And by the time you drive up there, everybody, it's just we just need more opportunities to dove hunt. And I think the way to do that is to legalize hunting over bait. That's just what I think. All right, they made the decision that snapper season's closing on August the 30th. So I saw that on Facebook today, and that's all I got, Joel. What's going on at Dunn Sports? I heard you got 2 tractor-trailer truckloads of stuff in. What was in them?
All hunting stuff for the coming up dove season. We got a lot of stuff coming from Parrish Brothers. Unfortunately, none of my Rio ammo come in. They told me I wasn't going to get it to probably the end of September, 1st of October, I'll get it. But I have a lot of ammo in stock. Main thing, though, from them, I'm getting, Mojo doves, just all accessories you need this time of year, dove decoys, cameras, just, all early season accessories right now. Plus, we did get a bunch of youth camo in from Browning.
Okay.
So that's something we had.
How about T-shirts? Because it's going to be
that's a big
really
thing. A lot of T-shirts, kids, long sleeve, short sleeve T-shirt, and pants. And I got plenty of adult stuff from Drake and from Browning already right now.
Got any big boy stuff?
Yeah. And I got something in. It was 2 of them. I got in I ordered more than that, but I didn't give it 1. And I sit down in it, a dove stool.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a swivel dove stool, like a fold out chair.
Mm-hmm.
And you talking about comfortable.
I got me one of them Millennium deer stand stools.
Yeah.
That's the most comfortable thing. Just like the Millennium seats in your boat.
And I got some dove stools. I seen one company and I saw them. I said, I better get 12 of those. But it was a big boy, just dove stool. It was wider,
higher.
Yeah, everything just for a big guy. And I sit down in it. I said, that's the thing. Because the rest of them they got are just look like for a kid,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you sitting on something, you like sitting on with a corn cob there, you know, you can't hardly sit, have to switch back and forth. But, you know, that's the thing about us, you know, we've used all of it,
That's
and we
one
know
thing.
what is most
At
comfortable.
Dawn Sports, I guarantee you, if you pick up something and look at it, whether it's in fishing, hunting, clothing, Joe Allen has hunted with it, fished with it, or wore it. I promise you that.
And that's the key. Knowing you know, they can ask me something, I'm gonna tell them the truth about it.
Yeah.
If it's gonna fit them or their situation, I'll say, no, that ain't for you. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm not lying, just trying to sell them something. I'm
You
gonna show them
you do just like Eddie Salter does.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm gonna
you're
show them what they
genuine. You're
need.
genuine.
You know,
And folks appreciate that. All right, Joe Allen, we went a little over, but I mean, we had Eddie Salter on here. Anytime we can talk to Eddie Salter, we're gonna do that.
well,
And,
I hope and pray we can get him at the February Juggler
I do.
tournament.
Well, Mark Brunner said send him the dates, and he'll
Well-
make sure they'll be there.
Well, the thing about it, that's right at the beginning of our,
Yeah.
my selling season.
Yeah.
He could come down, bring his calls to the store that Friday. We do a little
Seminar.
No, well, like you said, just a meet and greet.
We
That's
can
the
do a
best way.
seminar at the pavilion at the state
Well,
park.
he just bring and show us calls. That's
Yeah.
all he's got to do. And we'll have a crowd there of they catfish them, but most of them's going to be turkey hunters too.
That's right. All right, everybody, y'all go see Eddie Salter and the Turtle Man and Wayne Edgeworth at the World Deer Expo this weekend, the 39th annual. Tell them you heard them us talking about them on the Gettin Outdoors show. And Wayne Edgeworth will be on with me Friday morning, and Jackie Bushman will be on here with us next Wednesday night.
You think there's any way we can get the Turtle Man and Jabbo on the show talking about Bigfoot?
That would be hard to do. The Turtle Man's so darn busy. You have to schedule him. I talked to his wife the other day, and you have to schedule him something like 6 months ahead of time. So I doubt if we're going to get Turtle Man and Jabbo together no time soon. But I do want to do that. All right, everybody. Anything else, Joanna? Miss Kevin. Kevin will be back next week, and I don't know if Brody's going to ride in the Frisco City Rodeo this weekend, but if he does, we'll have a report next Wednesday night.
Look at that big dove you got up
Yeah,
there.
we need a shotgun. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see y'all right here next week.
Pap taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no stick. I thank Daddy for my savvy, how to hunt and how to carry anything that I might need to get a piece of skillet meat. How to walk and how to hide, how to crawl and how to slide, how to sneak, stalk and climb and do it all on 2 light feet.